So let's start today's session. So I'll start with intro. So myself, Varun, I have total 14 years of experience. I worked on routing switching, load balancer like LTM, GTM, WAF, and uh, and I have worked on many firewall like Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FortiGate, and ESA firewall as well. Okay. So how many of you are completely new to firewall?
Me too, sir.
Hello.
No,
So
sir.
So you are completely new to firewall, correct?
Yes, sir.
And how many
Yeah, me
of
too
you have,
also.
sorry?
Yeah, I am also new to this.
Okay, okay. Great, great. What about you, Aditya? So will and how many you have CCNA and networking background?
No, sir.
Even you don't have CCNA background, do you have basic understanding of network?
ऐसा नहीं किया है अच्छी बात है नहीं होना चाहिए ये plan. लेकिन अभी की
Hi,
सिचुएशन
Junaid.
था
Can you
I have a
keep yourself?
system background.
So
I'm
you have.
working on, yeah, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine, fine. Great, great. And hi, Amol, Ritik, Sumit. And how many are already working on firewall? Yes, in security. Anyone already
Yeah,
working on firewall? Any of the firewall?
FortiGate firewall. Currently, I'm working.
Pawan, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So at what level? L2.
Sir, no L2, L1. Basic troubleshooting. So I'm
Basic troubleshooting, checking logs and
yeah.
creating policy, correct?
Yes.
I mean, don't have debug level knowledge, understanding of packet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyone else who is already working any of the firewall? Yeah, anyone like Nosad and Nosad don't have even experience on CCNA, correct? Anyone
Yes,
else?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm
Anyone
Yeah,
else?
I
working
am.
on Palo Alto on FortiGate.
Oh, you are already
Yeah,
working on PAL. Okay, okay, great, great, great.
yeah,
Anyone
for
else?
me
I'm
as
working on
well.
checkpoint.
Mhm.
Vinith, you are working on checkpoint. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Then Palo Alto would be easy for you in compared to checkpoint. Palo Alto is easy.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So you have Palo Alto. Okay, I'll start from today. We'll start with from firewall. We'll try to understand what is firewall, how it evolved, what is a next generation firewall, why Palo Alto firewall is used in enterprise, how it's different from the other firewall. We'll discuss that, okay? And I'll try to do little bit lab as well. I means how CLI works, how we can configure the policy and all, and how to see the logs and all. I'll try to cover this one. So great. So today's session designed in that way, like a fresher will understand the basic and working professional will also understand the logic behind enterprise firewall. Okay. So one second, let me put my phone on mute. Someone is calling me. Okay. So let's get started. So what is firewall? Before we'll start firewall, what is firewall and all? I'll first covers few basic thing like what is the prerequisite I'm expecting from you guys. So basic IP and security knowledge is nice to have. Basic IP means what is IPv4, what is IPv6, or what is a private IP, public IP. So that is needed for Palo Alto firewall. A student need to understand basic networking. What is basic networking? Anyone? Again, OSI model, TCP, UDP, VLAN. So these concepts should be clear. Then it would be easy to understand firewall and networking fundamentals. So basic networking and inter both are the same thing. So basic networking is needed means a kind of CCNA level of knowledge is needed. Then only you can understand the firewall. Okay. Who is this course for? Like this course is for student trying to obtain the PCNSE, yeah, PCNSE certification. Now PCNSE and PCNSE has been obsolete. There are new. I'm unable to recall the new exam code. This course is for a student trying to learn the Palo Alto Firewall. If someone is trying to learn, already working on networking and try to learn on Palo Alto Firewall, this course is for them as well. Any network or security engineer want to learn or polish their skills, AI enhance their skills, they can join the Palo Alto. Okay, this class. What you will learn here, I'll first start with introduction, like overview of it's sorry, I forgot to change in slide. It's a PCNSE. It's wrongly mentioned. So we'll start with introduction. Why Palo Alto Firewall? How what is the importance of network security? Why we need security? These things I'll cover first.
Hey,
Hello. So if someone is not asking anything, please keep yourself on mute. If you want to ask some question, then only uh, unmute and ask the question. Okay. Then we'll go with the Palo Alto network overview, where I'll be cover company background, product portfolio, how many product Palo Alto firewall is, why Palo Alto college, next generation firewall, what is the architecture of Palo Alto firewall. Then we'll go firewall essential configuration and management, basic configuration, like how we assign the IP, how we configure the management interface, how we do the how we check the log, and how we generate the reporting. So these are the basic. Okay. Then we'll go for the security policy, how we configure the security policy, user identification and authentication, how we do that user ID, how we can enable multi-factor authentication using Palo Alto Firewall. So these things I'll cover in detail. Then what is app ID? How Palo app ID is patented feature of the Palo Alto Firewall. So how we can create a policy using app ID, identify how Palo Alto identify the application, what is the flow for identify the application, how we can create a custom application, that I'll also cover. Then what is wildfire, virus, malware? What is wildfire? Anyone aware about zero-day attack? Zero-day attack, anyone who is already working on firewalls? Are you guys aware about zero-day attack?
Yeah.
What is this?
Attacks which are new and we have not seen before.
Yes, so means firewall I don't have signature. It's first
Yeah.
time tried this tactic, so that is called zero-day attack. For zero-day attack, firewall have Palo Alto firewall have solution. On wildfire, it's kind of sandbox technology. It has been developed, so it analyze the behavior of the packet on different flavor of OS and try to analyze the whether it's a legitimate traffic or not. So that I'll cover. So first I'll cover wildfire overview, how we do the configuration of wildfire, and licensing, how we can get license, yeah, how we do the license of that. Okay, and how we can analyze and see the report of wildfire. Then we'll cover what is the protection profile and DOS attack, and what is the how we can create profile for the DOS attack. Anyone aware about DOS attack?
Yeah, denial of service when there will lose from the singer and do the
It's
malware
kind
attack.
of SYN flood attack. It called means let's suppose one attacker tried to it send a kind of let's suppose this is our server. This is the ABC server. The attacker initiate the SYN packet. How connection build? First, you need to guide to understand. Anyone aware about TCP 3 check? What is TCP 3 check? If I am saying networking basics should be clear, so you guys must be aware about TCP 3 check. If you are claiming
Yes.
yourself a network engineer, network security engineer, that should be clear to everyone. TCP 3 band check. While troubleshooting, while taking capture, without this, you won't be able to understand traffic flow and you won't be able to troubleshoot that. Okay. So what
Yeah.
happens to, yeah, you were saying something, bro?
Like TCP and SEC, first the client will send the sync, then server will forward the acknowledgement.
What is the purpose of that scene?
For
To
the communication.
For a reliable communication.
Yeah, to reliable communication, it send up first scene. So it kind of negotiation, it do the negotiation. Okay. The first client send the scene packet to the server. Server reply with SYN plus ACK, and client will send acknowledge that packet. So means first by the SYN packet, what it contains, there are multiple uh, part like a SYN flag, source IP, destination IP, source MAC, destination MAC, source port, destination port, SYN flag, MTU, MSS, window side. There are multiple fields in SYN flag, SYN sequence number, acknowledgement number it contains. After that, when traffic reach to the server reply acknowledge that packet, and it also send their SYN packet. So it's kind of agree on that SYN packet. Okay, and after that client send acknowledgement connection established. But in DOS attack, what happens? Attacker spoof the any of the IP. It's a fake IP. It initiate millions of connections same time. So what they want to make that available. So in DOS attacks, it's not kind of theft and all. They want to make it down. So legitimate user can't means legitimate user want to be able to access that website or server for the particular time. Okay, so let's suppose someone is this is the attacker and it's using a SYN IP, a spoof IP. It will send a SYN packet, millions of packet. Firewall will reply with SYN plus ACK and it will wait for the ACK packet. But since it's a fake IP, so it will never get a acknowledgement packet in back. So in that scenario, means firewall will half open the connection. Its resources is utilized. So what will happen? Might be their resources will get chunked and it will not available for the legitimate user. So in Palo Alto App solution, we can create a profile and we can prevent that kind of attack using like rate limit. We can rate limit the connection and all. There are random so whenever we will be covering the profiles, I'll cover this detail, how we can protect, what is the zone protection profile, what is the no uh, uh, what is the need of zone protection profile, like in Palo Alto Firewall we have different profile for the antivirus, malware, URLs. So we can create the profile, but that those are for the layer 7 for data file and uh, 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 URLs. We can create that, but for layer 4 attacks we can create a zone protection. So we can protect our zone by creating profiles. So what are these? I'll cover in detail. We have 3 4 classes on the profiles only. So each scenario I'll demonstrate in the lab and I'll show you how we create, how we prevent these kind of attack. Okay, configuration of zones, how we can handle DOS attack, such kind of thing. Then how can device ID, device identification concept, configuration task, monitoring device, how we can do the monitoring SNMP, how we can do the monitoring of the device through SNMP, what is the SNMP, how do we configure threat and traffic, how we can analyze threat log from the traffic, how we can configure the syslog for the forwarding the packet, analyzing threat data. Then we'll cover the VPN, like what is the VPN? Anyone is already working aware about VPN?
Virtual
Yeah.
private network.
Yeah, Nanda, are you are already working on VPN?
Yeah, yes, sir. We are already working.
Okay. You are new to firewall, but you are already working on VPN, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir. It's a client license. We are using the VPN network. That's why we are working. Yes, sir.
Sorry.
We have connected to WAN interfaces on the client side,
Okay.
branch
So,
router. So
okay. Got you. So I'll cover each kind of VPN, like site-to-site VPN, how to create site-to-site VPN. How what is the? I'll first will start with overview types of VPN support Palo Alto Firewall, how we can do encryption and authentication consent. What is the CIA? What is the CIA? Anyone aware about CIA? It's a kind of three pillar of security: confidentiality, integrity, availability. So how we security evolve around three words. So I'll cover this in detail. Then how we can, what is the global protect? How we do configure? What is the packet flow in the global protect? How we do the troubleshoot? How we create the site-to-site VPN? How we can create a centralized VPN like hub and spoke? So I'll cover all kind of use cases on VPN. So in terms like I'll take 4 to 5 class on the VPN only. So each and every topic I'll cover in detail. And if someone is giving interview, and if there are VPN, so giving interview in Palo Alto, there would be 30-40% question on the VPN only, 40% approx. If they are giving interview on Palo Alto. Okay. Then hands-on lab experience, whatever I am discussing in theory, I'll demonstrate in the lab, and I'll help you for exam preparation, study resources, PDF file, KB article I'll share, and I'll do the recap of key concept, troubleshooting concept. I'll share my experience as well. Like I am already working on Palo Alto Firewall. Which type of task do I get on day-to-day basis? Any incident, recent incident? How I identify, how team identify, and how we troubleshoot. Then we'll do an every before starting any session. I'll start with Q&A session. Like let's suppose I have taken any class. So first, before starting next class, I for 5-10 minutes I do the Q&A. If any query from previous session, you can do that. After the class, I'll upload the recording on the portal, and you guys can go through it. If you find any issue, we can discuss tomorrow. We have portal where I do upload the video that is called. You need to go itskillpath.com, and we have mobile app as well. You can download mobile app using if you are using iPhone, in Android and iOS, both we have mobile application. Through your mobile number, email ID and name, you can register that, and after that I will assign the video, and that video is lifetime accessible, lifetime interview support provide, and there would be mock interview session as well. So if someone is preparing for interview, if any schedule, if you want to do mock interview, you can 1 or 2 days in advance you can ask, and I'll schedule a mock interview session. Okay, I'll share you the key question as well. So this why the syllabus. Anyone having any query related to this, then we'll quickly jump to the course. And I'm running one offer, Republic Day offer, where in 12,000 only I'll be covering F5 LTM, F5 LTM plus Palo Alto Firewall. So F5 LTM is 30 hours live class, and Palo Alto is approx of 54 to 55 hours is live class. So you'll get approx 80 to 85 hours live class. After that, you'll get study material and lifetime interview support. And let's suppose someone missed some classes, 4 or 5 class, like most of we are who is already working, might be working in rotational shift and miss that session. Recording is always available, but if you want to re-attend the session, you don't need to pay any single rupees. In same price, you can join again. Okay. And whether it's a 5 LTM or Palo Alto, if there would be any you have to tell the advance count in advance, so we can assign the next batch to you. Okay, and you will get completion certificate for the both the courses. Okay, now anyone having any query related to a syllabus, course, yeah, fee, anything, timing?
It is weekend batch or like how it is?
F5 LTM is as of now designed for the weekend. F5 LTM is weekend and Palo Alto is weekdays.
And timing will be remain same, right?
It would be approximately 9 to 10 and 9 to 10:30. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
In the
F5
morning, right?
LTM is weekend.
What about the Palo Alto timing?
It's 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Oh,
evening. PM
yes.
PM. And
Okay.
F5 LTM is and Palo is for the weekdays.
Okay. Palo Alto every day, it is like 9:30 to
Yeah,
10:30.
it takes approx 50 to 55 hours. That's why it's every day. And LTM I try to cover 4 to 5 hour every week. So approx it will take 6 weeks to complete the entire syllabus. So both the courses I'll be covering from very basic. I'll be covering initially I go slow. I cover the concept. Once you'll get the page, then I'll go little bit fast. If you want to, as I mentioned, if you are not getting, if you want to retake the class, you can also do that. There is no issue. Okay. Any other query? Pawan,
No, sir.
uh, who is Samsung SM? Sambit, correct? Samsung SM 366B. Sambit, you have raised your hand. Any query? Raj. Raj, can you please unmute yourself? Hi, Vardhan, Anmol, Anvesh, you guys joined little bit late. So anyone having any query, I'll take it as a no. Then you are unable to unmute yourself. I don't know. Something issue at your end only. Let me. I don't have even option to unmute you. Okay, no worry. You can try to rejoin. Then we'll go to the firewall technology. Anyone, what is firewall?
So firewall is a device that block the unwanted access to a site, right? Like in easy word, we can say it.
Yeah, that kind of it's anyone else? What is firewall? So firewall is a kind of device. It could be hardware or software as well. What it does, it inspect, control, enforce policy between trust zone, yeah, any other zone. Okay. So let's suppose if I'm trying to get access, first it take whether it's allowed traffic or not. Then it give the verdict like it should be allow a block. Then it we created by default on firewall everything is denying based on the policy only we allow or deny the traffic. Okay. Palo Alto firewall is a zone based firewall. What is the zone based? What how does it work? We cover later. But you guys need to understand firewall is for mainly for the inspect the traffic. So it could be there is no perfect place to deploy the firewall. Someone ask what is the perfect place to uh play the firewall. We can put it internally, externally at edge for internet access as well as internal user as well. So it's firewall to firewall is a kind of a security guard. Not sorry, firewall is a kind of security. But first we'll start with we'll understand the evolution of firewall. As of now, firewall is three evolution: first generation, second generation, and third generation. Okay. So in firewall, what it does based on the policy, what it does, it allow the reject and allow the traffic based on the policy. A firewall monitor and check incoming and outgoing traffic. So whether it's coming to organization or going outside, what it does, it's inspect and monitor and enforce the policy and generate the log. Based on that, we can check the logs and identify, and we can generate a report. Okay. It decide which traffic need to be allowed and which need to be blocked based on the created policy. Firewall have three generation. As a first generation firewall is called packet filter firewall. It check the packet by packet. Second generation firewall is called application layer firewall. It has capability to identify the application. Third generation firewall is a stateful firewall. And next generation firewall is a part of stateful only, and third generation firewall means third generation firewall is only. Firewall are relied upon the secure home and corporate network from any attack, so we can put it on your home as well as on corporate. So we'll start with first generation firewall. What is a packet filter firewall? There are many firewall in the market. These are the example of the firewall. Sonic Wall, WatchGuard, Fortinet, Sounsoft, Palo Alto, Juniper, Cisco, Checkpoint. These are the firewall. So it's a kind of wall between trust and untrusted zone. So if user want to access the some resources inside the organization, firewall inspect and after that send the allow or deny. Okay. If we have policy, if we are matching the condition, then only it will allow, else it will drop. First one is a stateful firewall. What is a stateful? Anyone aware about a stateful? Anyone?
Yeah, it records the states of the connection. It records the connection table.
Yeah. First, first we understand why we need firewall. Why we need firewall? Let's suppose these are the server. This is the user. These are the internet users, and we have servers here. Let's servers inside our organization. What will happen? Without firewall, anyone can access anything inside the organization. With firewall, what we do? We give the control access. Okay, even this is a legitimate user and want to access some services, we allow the ports. We don't allow the all the services based on the requirement. This user only access, let's suppose, on 84 port 3, we create policy on 84 port 3. Nowadays we are not even allowing 80, we are only allowing encrypted traffic. But if it is legitimate, yeah, inside user want to access something, we can allow based on the requirement and approval, we allow that. Okay, so types of firewall, first one was packet filter, but first we'll understand what is a stateful firewall. Anyone? It maintain the state. So let's suppose you are working in any organization, you go outside. So security guard maintain some diary and it will name you are XYZ employee and you have went to inside. Once you'll come back, it will allow that. Like you have already made an entry, so it's kind of maintain a state of the packet. So based on that, it will uh, it match if match let's suppose what it does: source IP, destination IP, source port, destination IP, destination port, a protocol flag, and on basis of that it allow the return packet as well. Okay, so it's kind of a stateful firewall. It maintains the state of connection when packet is traveling for the appliance. Okay, so that a stateful firewall. A stateless firewall, it doesn't maintain any state of the firewall. Packet filter firewall is a stateless firewall. It's packet by packet inspect the traffic. So let's suppose you are the user, you went to the inside network to access some resources. It doesn't maintain the state of the connection. So once you'll be returning, so they also need the return policy. So it's kind of ACL, named ACL, access list control. We create a router and all. Yeah, earlier we were using a stateless firewall. Okay, it's kind of packet filter firewall. So it doesn't maintain a state. It treat every traffic as a individual traffic. So if you are going inside, so need policy for that. If you want come outside, for that also we need policy for that. Like for connection building, first go to the scene packet. For scene packet, let's suppose apply server is replying with scene plus egg. For that also we need policy. That was a stateless firewall, a packet filter firewall. Okay. What is proxy firewall? What is a proxy? Anyone aware about proxy? Proxy is kind of man in middle. When you are trying to send a connection, it doesn't access the, let's suppose this is internal user trying to access some web services. So client request web first connection go to the proxy. inspect the traffic and analyze whether it's legitimate, whether you are allowed or not. On behalf of you, go to the outside and come back and send the response packet to the client. So it's kind of man in middle. So there are many types of proxy. It's a full proxy, half proxy, forward proxy, and reverse proxy. GScaler blue code kind of the, for example of full forward proxy. F5 is a example of full proxy architecture. Citrix is a reverse proxy, example of reverse proxy. Okay. Then application firewall. Application firewall is a kind of second generation and it has capability to identify application. Earlier, what we are creating, if I want to allow DNS, we have to allow DNS. What is the port of DNS? What is
53.
the
Domain
what
name
50,
system.
port number?
53 it is.
53.
By default, it's a UDP 53.
Yeah.
Okay. It works on TCP as well when we are doing zone transfer, but by default, it works on the UDP only. What is the port of HTTP?
80.
80.
TCP 80.
80, correct. So earlier firewall I don't have capability to identify the application. Now application firewall has a capability to identify, it has capability. So let's suppose what I'm creating source IP, if this is the user and trying to access this one, allow the destination and a protocol is UDP allow. So we can create it. Earlier what we are creating port. So application level firewall has has capability to understand the application irrespective of port. So we can allow or block the traffic on the basis of application. So that why the second generation firewall. Now we have personal firewall as well. What is the personal firewall?
Maybe the firewall inside our PC
Yeah, endpoint. Correct, correct. So
endpoint.
every PC there is a firewall on server, so that is called personal firewall. Okay. Zone-based firewall will cover zone-based firewall. We create multiple zone and based on that we allow a deny policy. So that is a zone-based firewall like a Palo Alto is zone-based firewall. So defined interfaces on the basis of zone. Okay. One second. Now, what is UTM? Anyone aware about UTM? These are the third generation firewall. What is UTM? Anyone?
I always have a confusion among UTM firewall and as well as next generation firewall. Can you please explain in detail where is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
difference, exact difference?
yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah.
So what is the first? Let's understand what is UTM. What is UTM? Earlier, what we need to inspect the traffic. So we need for URL filtering there by different right like for antivirus, quality of services, incident management, DLP proxy. There are different like IPS, IDS, and IPS engine IDS for intrusion prevention system, intrusion detection system. There are different device too. But in UTM, it's kind of unified threat means all are at same place. Okay, that is called UTM means all kind of inspection we are doing through firewall. That is called UTM. So it term UTM firewall is simply unified threat management is the terminology. It is given in hardware. It's a different engine in hardware and software device to capable to assembling various security function within a one device. We have various security function that is unified means at one place we are doing all kind of inspection. Earlier we need separate device such as a packet filtering, proxy, IDS, IPS protection against malware application control. So such kind of earlier what we had different device in UTM we have capability to do at one place in single hardware or software. That is called UTM. UTM is also firewall not considered as a next generation firewall. It's a not next generation firewall. Okay. Then what is next generation firewall? Next generation firewall has some extra capability. It has capability to identify user ID, app ID, content ID. So if someone once if someone is sending, let's suppose it has capability, someone is sending Gmail and want to send a PDF file, if someone is sending a credit card data, personal PIN information, yeah, other information within a email, that also has capability to identify that, and it's kind do the deep packet inspection. Okay. And UTM, one more difference is, in UTM what it does, it do the inspect one by one packet. First go to the, it's a different engine. First go to the URL, then go to the antivirus, then quality, DLP, then IPS engine. It go one by one. So it, what it does, it provide latency. In next generation firewall, what it does in Palo Alto, there is one feature called SP3 engine. Are you guys aware about? Have you heard about SP3 engine? Single pass parallel processing. Single pass is a software and parallel processing is a hardware. It's a different, it's do the all kind of inspection in one go. So what it provides, it's provide high throughput, low latency due to that engine. That's how Palo Alto is designed. Next generation firewall is designed. We'll discuss about Palo Alto firewall, but Palo Alto firewall and next generation firewall more capable than UTM. It do all kind of inspection at one place. It doesn't do one by one. Earlier it was doing inspection one by one only. It can analyze the deep packet inspection. Deep packet inspection means kind of DNA test. Let's suppose there are thief, they have done plastic surgery and they have grown hair and beard, and they are trying to pretend like a normal human, but in and then can get an entry of the any website, means city, yeah, website, yeah, company, whatever you can, but in deep DNA can't be changed. Like, so deep next generation firewall has capability to identify the DNA. It classify the there are some few classification, and basis of that it identify that. So when we will be discussing in Palo Alto, so I'll cover that in detail, how it identify the application, how it pretend that. So there are separate flow. Hello guys, if you guys not asking any question, can you please mute yourself, Vardhan? Vardhan, can you please mute yourself? Let me mute you. Okay, this is the next generation firewall. Then we'll come to the Palo Alto. I'll cover this topic later as well. No worry, Vardhan. Uh, we'll cover the this topic later as well. We'll understand what is Palo Alto Firewall and why we need to learn Palo Alto Firewall. So Palo Alto, first is a Palo Alto network. It's developed by Palo Alto network. Palo Alto, what is the Palo Alto? Anyone aware about it? It's a city in California, San Francisco. Even, are you guys know about Cisco? What is Cisco? Cisco is also named after the Francisco. It's named after Cisco. Cisco is one of the biggest company of the world, so it's named after Cisco. I like Palo Alto is also city in California, San Francisco, Bay Area in USA. It's developed by a Israeli American Nate. He was earlier working in Checkpoint in Netskin. Then he started to try to start his company. He went bankrupt, and then after developed Palo Alto network. Okay. The company serve above 70,000 customer worldwide and works in it presents in 150 countries. Okay. So why we need Palo Alto? Why you guys need to, why it's most in demand? Because most of the 85 out of 100 company use Palo Alto. Okay. So you'll see here the companies serve 70,000 organizations. It's a bit large data in Wikipedia. As of now, approx 80 to 85,000 companies using Palo Alto Firewall in 150 countries, including 85 of the 100 Fortune company. But in the top 100 company, 85 is using Palo Alto only. So it's the most reliable and trusted firewall. Okay. And it got multiple award for the best firewall. It's only firewall to identify, control, inspect your SSL encrypted traffic. It has capability to uh, identify application. It has a separate patented feature like called SP3. It has engine called single pass parallel processing. Single pass is a firewall. Single pass is a software, and parallel processing is hardware. In one go, you will see it can do the all kind of inspection: app ID, user ID, content ID. And for management there are separate plane that is called control plane. For data plane there are separate plane like networking, and within a data plane there are separate engine. For networking there are separate engine. Security for their separate engine. For content inspection there is a separate engine. So are you guys aware about what is control plane and data plane? What is the difference between control plane and data plane?
Control plane is basically the management plane of the firewall, and the data plane which carries the user traffic.
Yeah, perfect. So what is the use of control plane?
To manage the firewall.
Yes. Anyone else? Perfect. Vinit. So there are two types of traffic. One is to the device, and second one is through the device. Correct? So if you are user admin of the firewall and taking access for generating report, creating policy, yeah, checking logs. So these are the to the device. You are not sending traffic outside of the network. But if you are a user and try to access some URL, what is the through the device? It cross the device, it will check for the networking, security, content, all kind of inspection will go. That is called through the device. So what is the benefit of two different plan, Vinit?
In order to separate the user management with the data plane, actually.
Benefit, other benefit, that is the separate. So let's suppose there is attack on data plan. This plane is now what will happen? Won't able to access that. So
It
since
will
we
disturb the management plane also.
yeah, so it
If they're
could
if they're in the
disrupt the
same, yeah.
yeah. So what we can do, since we have access, these are the separate plan, separate engine, separate process, CPU and all. We have a sign on control plane. What we can do, we can log in, analyze the log, and we can block the malicious traffic. Okay. Let's suppose something got hanged or something happened with control plane and there won't be any interruption on the data plane. Okay, that is the benefit of the two different. So I'll cover this HP3 later as well. Like what is the application ID, what is the user ID, how it identify the user, each and what is the content ID, what is the app ID, what is the flow. We have separate flow for this one. Okay. So you will see for the management plane, control plane, it's called we have separate RAM, ROM, HDD engine, highly available, high speed logging. For data plane, there are separate within a data plane. There are separate engines for signature. There are separate engine for multi-core security processor, network processor for network for different engine is there. Okay. Uh, what is the difference between other firewall and Palo Alto firewall is earlier what is this is the let's suppose a torrent traffic and try to pretend as a uh, torrent UDP. What is the port? UDP 53, correct? For DNS. For DNS, what is the port? With DDP 53. Torrent also use the same port. So let's suppose I have allowed only DNS traffic. So what it will check? It will not check the port. It will check the whether it's a DNS traffic or not. Irrespective of port, it will try to identify the application. Means at first place only it will block the traffic. But in other firewall, Cisco or other firewall, first it allow the traffic. After that, there are separate engine. It analyze that whether it's a so, so due to that, what it happened, there is chances of attack, and it slow means in compared to slow processing compared to Palo Alto Firewall. You are seeing here, first it will enter, then there it will go to the separate engine. Here first you will check layer 4 only, then you will check layer 4 layer 7 traffic, then you will take the action. So this is the difference between Cisco and other firewall and Palo Alto. Any question related to this one? Anyone? So now I'll go to Palo Alto CLI. I'll try to explain CLI, and I'll try to explain some dashboard as well. Okay, then we'll move to the next topic. If you guys have any query question, you can discuss, else we can discuss in next class. Anyone having any query, you guys can ask.
Do we get the lab access? I'm actually concerned about the lab actually. I have set up the lab for FortiGate as well as the checkpoint in my PC. But since
Mhm.
Palo Alto has been restricted the access to the images that we can download, I'm not able to set up the lab.
I'll share you the image if you need.
Yeah,
I'll share you the
yeah,
image. If you need lab, that also I can provide, that is chargeable. At a very minimal cost, I am offering this course. Okay.
yeah,
And 12,000 every means kind of 6,000 for each course, and I am taking 80 hours live class. So I have some operation cost as well. So
yeah.
it won't. So if that will cost you 3,600 approx, it takes a license charge. So if you want to pay 3K extra per month, I can provide you the lab, but that is for license. That's why what I recommend to, if there is some resource issue and all in your lab, better you can increase the resources and try to build your lab. So that would be lifetime accessible. You can do the practice. Even I will help you with the images. If you are using VMware orchestration license and all, I'll give you. Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'll help
I
you.
have, I have, I have. I mean, I have installed the lab actually. I'm
I'll
actually
share you the, if you
practicing.
need
Yeah,
image, ping me.
yeah,
I'll share with
yeah,
you. I'll share with
yeah,
you through Google Drive. Okay.
yeah. Sure, sure. So I mean, is it a evaluation license or else how does it goes actually? I'm actually concerned about the evaluation period of that particular image. So how
So
much
I
long it
don't
will?
also, I'll cover all kind of, there is no kind of evaluation period. So we can do 95% lab through these licenses only. For rest, I'll show you through diagram and all, and my production firewall. I will explain those things. Okay.
No, I'm asking. My doubt is how long will that image will be available
There
for
is no
us?
time limit. There is no time limit. Like in if you are working in F5 LTM and all, there are some license limit only we get for 30 days. But in Palo
Yeah.
Alto, there is no compulsory license. For some
Okay.
feature, like license is mandatory if you want to use wildfire and if you like zero day attack and kind of thing. For that, license is needed. But I'll show you how we can do the configuration. That we need to understand configuration and all. I'll cover that part. Okay. For
Okay.
URL, if you will go for the like in global protect also, there are we can do through free license evolution period. But there are, let's suppose if you want to do some deep kind of inspection, in that case we need licensing. Okay. So how firewall works, I'll cover in that lab only. And even if I'm so if you'll be taking training, I have seen most of the trainer what it does. They open the Palo Alto firewall, they explain the GUI, they want able to explain the how network connected, how other things you communicate, where is now routing needed. But here I'll explain. Let's suppose it's connected to internet, what kind of routing is needed here, how we there is subnet is change, there are adding some extra subnet, how we can do the reverse routing, how, let's suppose this user trying to communicate to the internet, what is the need, where we need to routing. I'll change the routing, we'll learn the troubleshooting, means complete understanding you will get like a production. Okay, I'll not only explain the Palo Alto GUI and management, I'll explain the complete over flow of the network, where is routing needed, where switch on switch also, how we can create a VLAN, how create VLAN on the firewall, how inter VLAN routing we do using firewall. Each and everything I'll cover. Okay, no worry. Now first we'll understand firewall, a Palo Alto CLI. How does it look like? I'll take a console of the firewall. Password is admin. It will prompt to change the password. Old password was admin only, and new password I'll give admin at the rate 1234. Admin at the rate 1234. I'll take this on putty. 1 second. So interface management 192.196.29.43. 192.168.29.43. Default username is admin and password is admin at the rate 1234. I'll make it bit large so you guys can see the GUI as well. Hope it's visible for everyone. Okay. So
Yeah.
first we'll see what are these. Admin. I have used username is called admin. PAVM is a firewall name, and this there are two mode. One is called operational mode. So if it is appearing like this one, it's operational mode, and if it will appear like this one, it's a configuration mode. So basic thing like show, run, and such kind of thing, we can operational command we can run from the operation mode. And if you want to do the configuration, we can do it from the configuration mode. So operational mode is mainly used for the view the command through CLI. If you want to see the log and if you want to run restart or reboot the device, you can do it from the operational. If you want to go to the configure mode, you can type your configure and you can go to the configuration mode. If you want to go back, you by typing exit, you can go to the operational mode. Okay. So operational mode used for the view information about the firewall. Configuration mode used for the mode to view and modify the configuration. If you want to modify any configuration, you can use configuration mode. There is, let's suppose I want to see the system information. So if I'll type sh and if I'll type tab, it will auto complete the command. So system sys, I'll type press tab, and after that so system. So after that, if you'll see sys, if I'm trying to press even a space, so it's asking me to complete the command. So sys, there are many things matching. So I'll type system info. Okay. So by typing so system info, I'll get the complete information about my system. Like my host name is Palo Alto VM, management IP is 192.169.29.3, public IP address is unknown, subnet mask, gateway from where I got the IP, from DHCP I got the IP, IPv6 is unknown, uh, IPv6 long link local address, each and everything, MAC address, date, 16 January 13:30. I think timing is mismatch. I need to configure the NTP. So you can say uptime is 58 minutes before I make it up. So complete system information I'll get it from the here. If I'll hit enter, what will happen? It will open line by line, like 3 line, 4 line here. If I'll press a space, it will open like page by page. So all page will be by clicking a space, it will open in one go. Let's suppose I type source system info and I want to see the only IP address. Here are lots of information. I only want to filter with IP address. How I can do that? Info grep. Sorry, grep is in here. We run match and I'll filter with what was this one? IP address. Through if I'll filter with, I'll get the only IP address. Okay, that's how we can create a filter. And like in Cisco, we have option include, correct? Yeah, and if you are working on F5 LTM, there is command to grep and all. So we do that. If I want to ping anything, let's suppose there are too many things on your screen, and if you want to clear the screen, you can simply type Control L and it will clear your screen. If you want to ping any IP, what is the command? Pawan, you are already working on Cisco FortiGate, correct? What is
Yeah.
the command to ping in FortiGate?
Execute ping
Execute
IP
ping.
address.
Yes, but here, if you on Palo Alto, anyone aware about how we do the ping in Palo Alto?
Oh, it's being host IP, source IP.
Yes, correct. Sumit, you are already working on Palo Alto?
Yeah, I have little bit like exposure in the panel.
Yeah, so you have type ping host 8.8.8.8, so you'll get the ping response. Even if you'll hit enter and after that, let's suppose ping host, ping, and after that, if you'll type button, you will get the plus. If I want to add source, I can add the source IP from which source I want to. If you want to insert TTL, verbose information, all are plus. These are the extra information if I want to add. But there are star. Star is must. I need to first add a host, then only I can ping. After the I can ping that. There are also option in if I'll go to the config. And if I'll type here, so I can what kind of command run here? Check, commit, copy, delete, edit, set. Set means if you want to create something, modify something, there would be command. If you want to delete something, you can delete that. If I want to ping from here, what is the command for pinging? If I want to ping host, and here you will not get any hint. 1.8.8. It's saying unknown command. How I can ping from the configuration mode? So here you will see run. Like in Cisco, if you are in configuration mode, if you want to show something, what is the command?
You need
Do,
to you need to
do,
add
do,
do.
do. Like in here, we have command run. It's like a do only. So we have to type run ping and you will in a configuration mode, you by typing run, you can execute operational command. Run show system info. If you want to see some system, you have to type by putting prefix as a run, you can type this command. Okay. So operational mode is only used for the view information. Configuration mode is if you want to do mode view and modify some configuration, you can use configuration mode. They are the symbol like a star. It's a mandatory, indicates you are in a nested command you want to add, and it's you are in operational mode. Plus you want to add some configure information. It's for filter. Tab key automatically complete the command. Exit switch from the configuration mode to operational mode. Quit switch from the configuration mode to operation mode. Okay. Run to run operational mode command while configuration mode. Question mark for hint if you want to see the all the supported command. Commit to save the configuration. Like if I'm here and if I'll type question mark, I'll get the all the supported command. If I'll go to the exit and if I'll type question mark, you'll get the all the supported command from here. There are also one command find command. If you will run find command, it will give you all the supported command, means thousands and lakhs of the command which we can run on the Palo Alto firewall. So what is the command? Find command. But it is difficult. How we can see all the command, because there are too many. So you can't go one by one. So let's suppose if you want to find command keyword, you can search with keyword. So there is keyword. Let's suppose I want to see only show related command. So it will give you show related all the command. Okay. Uh, if I want to see interface related command, I'll show keyword interface. So it will filter all the interface related command like so neighbor interfaces, so DHCP lead interfaces. So if any command interface will come, it will filter with that. Okay. I want to see the route related command, so I can search with keyword. So we'll by find command we can find all kind of command. Okay, so since we and if I want to see the management IP, what is the command? So interface management, yeah, show system info. By typing that we can see the command. Let's suppose my interface IP is 192.168.29.40. I'll go here, I'll type https by typing admin at the rate 123. We can get access of admin what admin at the rate 1234. I think I put it. I was typing 123 only. That that's why it was throwing error. So that's how the look like Palo Alto Firewall. There is a dashboard. If you want to see the dashboard, if you want to uh, do some custom view, you can do accordingly. If you want to add something, delete something, you can. If you want to see the interface detail, if you want to see the kind of log, you can thread log. So you can organize accordingly. What is your requirement? If you don't want to see the data logs, you can delete from here. If you want to, as of now, it's 3 column, it's showing 1, 2, 3. If you want to see in 2 column, you can also do that by changing the layout. Okay, so it will appear in 2 column only. If you want to see in 3 column, it's kind of mobile also. We get the multiple screen, and if you want to, here also you can notice we have two CPU, one is management, one is data plane CPU. Management is 4% because I have already logged into the management device, and to run the firewall, there are multiple daemons works in backend. So that's why it's showing 4%. There are many tabs. First one is dashboard. I already explained dashboard. Then you'll go to the device. In device, you'll get the setup related means certification, licensing, SNMP related configuration, all the option you get in. Anmol, do you have any question? Beneath, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Is the panorama included in this curriculum?
Yeah, basic. I'll take one lecture on that, but not completely one lecture.
Oh, okay.
For
So
panorama also,
usually we manage the firewalls through, I mean,
it's a
in Palo
management
Alto,
device. Yeah, yeah.
it's a
So
management,
I'll
right?
that part.
So
I'll cover that part. How we create, how we integrate from panorama. That part I'll cover. What is the device group? What is that part? I'll cover that part. Okay, but not completely. If you'll go for completely, that is a separate 20 hours course.
oh, okay. But we
Yeah,
manage
yeah.
the firewalls I mean, at the production level, we manage multiple firewalls through Panorama and Palo Alto.
True
I mean, in
panorama, like in
Checkpoint,
FortiGate 40
in Smart,
manager. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Every devices we have like in F5 LTM Big IQ. So if you are learning Palo Alto, so that would be easy for you to learn panorama. You'll understand the behavior, and even in interview also they will ask a question on the Palo Alto firewall only. They will not ask much on the Palo panorama, but I'll cover that. That would be sufficient for you guys. Okay.
Because I mean, because I'm an experienced guy, so I'm more interested in the production environment rather than the
Yeah,
lab setup. So yeah.
in production, I'll cover the production level scenario only. I'll start with deployment mode, all kind of deployment mode I'll cover. I'll create all topology like production only, how we do the configuration of router, switches, and firewall. So that I'll cover. So here we have setup. If you want to change the management IP, if you want to change the host name, here we have options. So let's suppose I want to change the host of the test firewall something. Yes, whatever you want to give the name, you can give as per. If you want to give the if you have some naming convention in your organization, you can give that name. Okay. Then you'll come to the operation. In operation, like how to take backup, how to save the configuration, how to export and import the configuration. If you want to reboot the device, there is in device under device operation, you'll get that option. If you want to change the custom logo of the firewall, you can also do that. Okay. Let's suppose I want to set the this one, and I'll commit it. So as per our requirement, so I'll cover how what is the certificate. Once I'll be covering the SSL decryption and all, I'll cover that certificate profile. What is the need of SSL decryption? Anyone aware about what is SSL and how why we do the SSL decryption?
Yeah, for the deep packet inspection, we decrypt the packet at the firewall level and again encrypt.
Why we decrypt that? What is the need of decryption?
For the deep packet inspection. So the SSL packet, we cannot see the what
Yeah,
is inside.
content of
Yeah,
the
we
data.
cannot see the
So
content, right? So that's why that is the reason why we need to decrypt the SSL traffic, which is HTTPS traffic, basically.
yeah, which main UI? I think login screen. I change that. I need to change main UI. So even you can change the these logos and all. Then what is the services? What is the interface and wildfire session? I'll cover this thing as well. And then it's in tab we'll get the access of network. In network, I'll create a interfaces, zone, VLAN, virtual wire. So these thing I'll cover in detail in even if you are working on VPN, what is IK crypto, IPsec crypto, IK gateway, and how we create IPsec tunnel. I'll cover the, it comes under the network tab. If you are creating some custom object, address group, custom services, it's come under the objects. What are these? How few of the are new? What are the objects and all? I'll be covering during the class. In demo, I'm only giving the overview. So whatever I'll be telling, I'll be covering. I'll cover in detail in the class. Policy is the main. By default, we get two policy in the Palo Alto firewall. One is intra-zone policy. One is inter-zone policy. What is the difference between intra-zone and inter-zone? Hi, Anmol. You can unmute yourself and say if you are asking something. Anmol, do you have any query?
Yes, sir. We
Mm-hmm.
are using currently Surface Firewall. And
Okay.
what is the difference Palo Alto and Surface?
So for the first class, that would be too advanced. First of all, I have not worked on Sophos firewall, so I can't compare it. But what is the specific feature in Palo Alto firewall? I'll definitely going to cover. First one is SP3 engine. It's a Palo Alto patented single pass parallel processing and application ID. It's also a patented feature of the Palo Alto. So this is the most, and Palo Alto is most reliable. It has most advanced feature. It has a robust signature. That kind of thing is Palo Alto makes different from the other firewall. So if you'll go for the any kind of deep inspection, it works on the signature only. So what is the signature?
Okay.
Signature is kind of pattern, and through pattern only it match the pattern and try to identify the whether it's a legitimate, yeah, malicious traffic. For every attack, it create the pattern and signature on the basis of for the CVID. So once I'll be covering the profile, that time I'll cover this thing like for the data pattern, for the spyware, vulnerability, viral category, antivirus, NTS firewall, vulnerability protection, how we do that, file blocking, wildfire, DOS protection, all kind of thing I'll be covering. I'll cover in detail. Means like we create a profile and we can block that. So even this kind of feature we are getting in other firewall, but SP3 and app ID is different. I'll be discussing what is the intra-zone and inter-zone. Sumit.
Yeah, infra zone like in between the same zone, and inter zone is in between two zones.
Yes, same zone. and inter zone is different zone. Correct? So same zone policies always allow and different zone policies always deny. We have to create a policy and allow it. So by default we get two policy. How we do uniting, how we do the shaping of the traffic, how we can do the policy based forwarding. Anyone aware about PBF? I'll be covering decryption, how we can do that decryption. I'll cover that. Okay. Then we'll come to the monitor. So monitor to seeing the log. If you want to see the all kind of log related to a traffic threat, it comes for categorize the log. Session browser. If you want to system related log, it will come under the system. Okay. ACC if you want to generate application command center, if you want to generate some report like top talk or most used application kind of thing, it's mainly for the reporting purpose. We can generate from the here. Here you'll see there are option commit, config log, compare the configuration from current configuration and all. So what is the configuration commit? In Palo Alto, there are two kind of log configuration, candidate configuration and running configuration. Running configuration, let's suppose we have already some policy and firewall is working. Whatever we create, it first go to the commit configuration commit. Let's suppose a candidate, not commit, candidate configuration and make it in force. We have to do the commit. Then it will go to the running configuration and it will start working. So we have to do the commit after making any changes. Commit is mandatory, then only it will work. What is the use of log? Let's suppose there are many administrators and working at same time. So let's suppose I want to log that, so no one can commit during that time. So I can log it, and once I'll done with the configuration, so I can unlock it. Config is like compare the configuration. Search. Let's suppose I have created some object and I want to do the global search and all. I'll do that. So that is the overview of the layout and widgets. I have already explained last update when I did that. Here is the language. I want to change the language of the device. From here I can change that. Task means if there are some task already going on in firewall, let's suppose commit, yeah, some update I'll get from here. Some if system sends some notification, I'll get here. If I want to here it will show the who I logged in. Admin, through admin I have logged in. Log out by clicking here I can log out, and last login time when I had login, that is showing here. Okay. Any query? Config log I have taken two that it's showing system top talkers. If you want to see top application, top high risk application logs, filtering data configuration I have seen. So login in how many times I've logged in? I have logged in through console, that is this device. So that's why it's showing three login. One is from CLI, one is through WAP. So from here we can see that how many session is active. Okay. So this is the overview of the Palo Alto Firewall, CLI, and GUI. From next class, we'll start with topology. From this, how we can create a policy, how we can allow, how we can create interface, change the management type is this thing. Now, any floor is open to all. If you guys any question, you can ask.
Sir, F5 related one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
We can use only firewall, Palo Alto, and other firewall,
Yeah.
load balancer.
I'm not getting your question.
We can use only Palo Alto firewall and
Mhm.
other firewall.
Means you are asking if I'm using F5, then I can we use other firewall?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely you can do that. These are the different technology, and it's there is no mandate you need to only use Palo Alto firewall. You can use any other firewall like FortiGate, ESA, Checkpoint, Sophos, whatever is available. So these are the
Okay.
most demanding technology. If I have created one group and where I'll be posting job opening as well. So you have noticed most of the companies asking for the Palo Alto and F5 because there are many load balancer, but Palo F5 is a kind of in demand. Like if I have noticed for routing switching, Cisco is in demand. Like in firewall, Palo Alto is in most in demand. For in the load balancer, F5 is in demand. So it's kind of very good combination of having two knowledge like firewall and plus LTM. Okay,
Okay.
LTM is local
Actually,
traffic.
I have not idea. Palo Alto Firewall and F5 related.
Yeah,
Only
yeah,
I use.
that's why I have taken demo for the F5 and today I'm taking the demo of the Palo Alto and I'll be starting from scratch. Even if you have, but in scratch also you need some basic understanding of network. Then only you can grab that.
Okay.
At least I'll share 10 12 topic if you guys need from me. So that is kind of mandatory if you want to learn Palo Alto. Yeah, F5. Any other query?
Okay, but I have not any certification and courses not completed. CCNA related. So
So that is not
we,
needed. That
we
is
can
not
understand.
needed. Yeah, it's for training only. For interview, few company ask mandatory certification. You let's suppose you have cleared interview, they will give you time for 1 month, 2 month for the certification. Then after you can say, allow me 15 days, 1 month. I'll do the certification and submit. First thing is knowledge. Okay. Then only,
Okay.
let's suppose you have certification and don't have knowledge, they will not hire you. But you don't have certification, you have good knowledge, they will give you time if certification is mandatory for certification.
Okay.
Okay. Any other query?
No, sir.
Vinit?
No, not yet. Thank you.
What about others? Paman, Sumit, Vardhan, Nanda?
You said PCNSA is obsolete right now, right? We
Even
have only
PCNSA is
PCNSC.
obsolete. Name is absolute,
Okay.
and they have introduced few means new certification name. I'm unable to recall. I'll next class I'll tell you. Okay, but
Okay.
almost content is same. They have added few
Okay.
thing extra
Okay.
related to AI and all. I'll cover. I mean, even I'll cover AI part as well. How we can use AI to analyze the log and day-to-day task. Most of people are already using, but I'll show means how we can use AI tool to in day-to-day task. Means even we can earlier even for debug it was taking lots of time. Nowadays, if I'm doing some debug, we can simply put the log in right prompt. It give the exact issue means what is the exact issue. Okay. And one more thing, I wanted to share some mandatory thing which is needed. So like I'll firewall thing part you can ignore. These are the mandatory kind of like what is the private IP, public IP addressing and subnetting should be clear. Default gateway, ARP, DNS name, DHCP, TCP versus UDP, TCP3 and check is very very important. Even if you are giving any interview, they are going to ask a question from the TCP3 and check. And that is necessary if you are claiming yourself a network, yeah, security engineer claiming yourself, so this should be clear. Like a common port, also ICMP, routing basic, what is the default route, what is the NAT. In Palo Alto, one NAT is called U-turn NAT. How we configure, I'll cover, but basic understanding of NAT should be clear. Client and server communication flow, how does it work, how it maintain three layer 3 connection, layer 2 connection. Then OSI model layer 2, 3 and 4. Firewall basic, allow, deny, stateful, such kind of thing. Okay. Pawan, do you have any question?